강제로 끌려가서 강제 노릇지 어디 우리가 이양봉 나오고.
During World War II, Japan had forced 200,000 women and girls to be sex slaves for the Imperial Army. The soldiers called them comfort women. Most died from sheer brutality.
우리는 우리 가슴에 피가 삐져린다. 우리 속에 눈물과 피가 내려간다. 삐져리는 거 누구냐 하나.
The remaining survivors, known today as grandmothers, have demanded an apology for 23 years.
In a move certain to draw fury from Korea and the rest of Asia, Japan is reportedly looking to revise its landmark apology for its wartime system of sex slavery.
They have appealed to international supporters, some of whom have erected monuments so that no one can forget the truth. One of them is right here in Los Angeles, California, where members of the Japanese community want it gone.
Earlier this month, a group called the Global Alliance for Historical Truth, along with several Japanese Americans, filed a lawsuit in federal court asking for the statue to be removed. Koichi Mera is the group's president.
City like Glendale, within the state of California, does not have any authority to interfere in foreign affairs issues.
Il-chul Kong and Ok-sun Lee have already begun their 2-week press tour in the U.S. Their first stop is Los Angeles, where they will be addressing the Peace Monument lawsuit. Local activists from the Korean American Forum of California, along with the press, receive the grandmothers. Accompanying the grandmothers are their caretakers and the executive director of the House of Sharing, a museum and assisted living center for 9 grandmothers. The grandmothers are about to prepare testimonies to submit as declarations with KAFC spokeswoman Phyllis Kim.
내일 미국에서 지금 작년에 글렌데일이라는 시에다가 그 소녀상 있잖아요. 소녀상을 세웠거든요. 그걸 미국에 갔다가 세웠는데 우리가 그냥 갖다 세운 게 아니고 이 미국의 그 도시 시에서 인정을 해줘 가지고 시에서 공원에 땅을 요만큼을 줬어요.
KAFC had funded the Peace Monument. However, when the monument was proposed, local Japanese conservatives staunchly opposed.
The story told by Koreans about the comfort women is not based on the fact.
Do you want to be fight each other, Korean people and the Japanese people in the United States?
Comfort ladies are nothing more than prostitutes or professional camp followers.
Whether they were considered prostitutes at the time or were forced, to me is a moot argument, because there's no such thing as a willing 14-year-old prostitute.
If there were 200,000 sex slaves, why that story had been hidden for 50 years?
How about the fact that they didn't want to go out into the world while they were still young and announce to everyone that, hey, by the way, I was raped by hundreds of soldiers?
No historical documents have ever been found that the Korean women were forced to be comfort women by Japanese army or government.
The report entitled Subject Japanese Military's Comfort Women System by Larry Nix, the specialist in Asian Affairs, Foreign Affairs, Defense, and Trade Division, dated April 3rd, 2007. That was the basis for H.R. 121, approved by the U.S. House of Representatives.
One of the speakers said, we never heard about it. No, you never heard about it, because the Japanese government chose not to teach its people the reality and the truth of what that imperial army did in the Second World War.
Grandma Kim, a year and a half ago, came to Glendale and spoke to us. And I believed her when she talked about the pain that she endured.
In a 4-1 vote, Glendale City Council approved the monument.
As the monument was unveiled, a smile appeared on the face of Kim Bok-dong, a victim of sexual slavery.
Before we die, Japan needs to come forward and offer an official apology and reparation.
Past Japanese officials have made apologetic statements, the most notable from Chief Cabinet Secretary Yohei Kono in 1993.
このような歴史の真実を回避することなく、むしろこれを歴史の教訓として直視していきたい。我々は歴史研究、歴史教育を通じてこのような問題を長く記憶に留め、同じ過ちを決して繰り返さないという固い決意を改めて表明する。
But there has been very little or no such effort, or it comes too late.
Murayama is the first among former incumbent Japanese prime ministers to meet with Korean women who are forced into sex slavery by the Japanese soldiers.
일본에서 사죄하고 우리한테 배상해야 돼요. 막내거든 내가.
막내인데 이제 다 이별이니까 집도 이별, 가족도 이별. 그러니까는 울면은 또 그 일본 놈이 끌고 가는 사람들이 막 빠가라요 하면서 때리고 그랬어요. 그래서 이거를 소리 내서 울지도 못해요. 맞을까봐.
그거는 완전히 지옥이다. 그건 그런 거.
There is even less possibility that the current Prime Minister Shinzo Abe will apologize. In fact, he seeks to revise history altogether.
And there are 14 Class A war criminals whose spirits are enshrined at the Yasukuni Shrine. They were enshrined in the late 70s, and since then there was an agreement between China and Japan that prime ministers would not go while they are prime ministers.
어떤 말을 하지 않고 왜 때리는가? 왜 때리는가? 이름 가시나 금방 지다. 응? 죽여버린다. 그래서 칼 들고서 찌른다고 이렇게 하는 거. 내가 이 팔로 이렇게 쳤단 말이야. 치웠단 말이야. 무조건 잘못했다 소리를 안 하지.
이거 봐, 이거 못 막어.
여기가 아니고 반대로 가셨어야 됩니다.
The memorial that was placed in the city of Glendale expresses the city of Glendale's feeling that such tragedies should never occur again. They are not in any way offensive, but they are based on objective truth. And that's why the Korean American Forum of California is here today to submit these declarations.
Look into her eyes, bow your head in shame. Don't you dare deny or tell her she's to blame. You can't hide behind your country or blame it on your war. You can't blot it from your memory or drink it out the door. Bow your head low, discard your old disguise. Atone, young man, before you go. That's where your comfort lies.
Regardless of what century or what country it happens in, this is a very painful part of history. These women have tremendous courage.
I completely agree that it's not a comfort woman. I think that name needs to be stamped out forever.
Women are so connected. Women are one spirit, and when you hear that one woman has been violated, it violates your own soul.
For weeks straight, the grandmothers rally Los Angeles support, including some Japanese Americans. When the U.S. government passed the Civil Liberties Act 25 years ago, it helped to heal the pain of those who had suffered in America's concentration camps and show that a country can admit its mistakes. When Japan sincerely apologizes and pays reparations to each of the comfort women before it is too late, it will help those survivors heal and show that Japan has learned from its past.
당신은 나의 나무가 되고
But as international support grows, the grandmothers who are left alive continue to dwindle.
because it is important, very important, that the memory of women who suffered so greatly, the comfort women, like Mrs. Huang. She passed away only a week ago at 89 years of age. And she, along with other comfort women, urged the United States Congress to take action. And I was one of the 6 original co-sponsors of the legislation, House Resolution 121, that was passed 7 years ago today.
우리 일본 사람이 안죽도 할머니들이 다 죽기를 기다렸지. 전에가 항복을 안 하는데 우리는 항복 꼭 받아야 되겠다.
미국 정부와 미국 국민들 여러분 너무나 감사하고 우리가 이 세상을 떠나도 꼭 안 잊고 잘 살았습니다. 감사합니다, 여러분.